start of it in old New York.
All right, so I'm recording now. I don't know why that matters because I could just edit out the start where I say I'm recording anyway, but just so you know.
Yeah.
So Amanda, tell me a little bit about your background for people that don't know who you are, what your expertise is in, and what your cause is.
Yeah, so I was actually a very sick baby, and it's all the way into my early 20s and stuff. And I was actually diagnosed with fibromyalgia at the age of 20 years old. And it'll be 10 years next month. And so for me, it was a lot of going to the doctors and seeing, like, getting a diagnosis and then figuring out what I should do with that diagnosis. And a lot of times you go to the rheumatologist, they diagnose you. You do the physical therapy, you do the medications, you do all of that stuff. And then you're like, well, this is it. This is just not working. So what am I supposed to do next, right? And I did the pain management, I did acupuncture, I did everything. And I eventually found a wellness chiropractor who said if she was diagnosed with fibromyalgia at the age of 20 years old, then she's been very sick for a very long time. And so he tested me for all these food allergies and stuff, and then found out I had sensitivities very high to gluten, soy, eggs, dairy. And I actually have two genes that predispose me to gluten sensitivity, one set from each parent. And so I got rid of all of those foods 11 years ago, and then my health started to improve. And so then now I do the same with other people, is get them on the right path to healing with the right food choices and the right supplements.
What were the first 20 years like before you just?
I was very sick. I was sick constantly. I was sick every 4 to 6 weeks.
What kind of sickness is it?
Like sinus infections I was getting. I used to run really high temperatures for a while, and then I used to eat for a while. I would run lower temperatures, and then if my temperature even went a little bit up, I felt really bad. Even if it wasn't like 100 degrees, it was just a little bit up. And so I was constantly having those issues. And then, so I didn't know what was going on. And so I was like, okay. So getting rid of all those foods, like, helped me to not have those issues. It's not because I was allergic to all of those foods and stuff.
So the primary reason or cause of the pain or the infections was just diet-based?
No, it's a lot of times with people with fibromyalgia, either it could be like a big traumatic event, like a car accident,
Okay.
or like an infection, and your body still doesn't recover. And so then you're sort of stuck in this cycle of being sick, being fatigued, being in the pain, and you're like, what's going on? Like, for whatever reason, your body doesn't recover like a normal person that's healthy. And so that's why.
It's a inflammation, immune.
I think a lot of times we get stuck on like the diagnosis, but
Okay.
I think I totally believe it's an autoimmune issue, but we get out there right now, people are saying, oh, well, it's an arthritis issue, so that's why you should go to the rheumatologist. Your primary doctor can diagnose you with it, but I've also had people tell me, oh, well, it's a neurological issue, but none of these doctors they don't know what to do except for put you on the medications and stuff, or tell you to do the physical therapy. or like pain, like injections pain, which means you're getting like huge
Cortisone shots?
yeah, like really like big cortisone shots. I did that twice.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's on. What they would do is they would like draw circles all down your back, and you would be awake, right? And they would shoot it right into all those different trigger points. It was like, and then your blood sugar drops. I would come out crying, crying, crying because I was like, well, this isn't, it's not doing anything.
That's
And I was at that time, I was only 21 years old. I'm like, I'm not going to keep this up for the rest of my life. So, and then eventually I found the wellness chiropractor. So
you found a wellness chiropractor.
yeah.
And how did that, because you were probably going to MDs,
Yeah.
whatever. How did you come across the chiropractor?
Yeah, so what happened is my grandma, when people actually looked at the newspaper, she actually found a clipping for that he was doing like a talk, and it was only 10 minutes away.
Your grandma?
So, yeah, she actually found that. And so she's like, oh, Amanda's really sick. She can't go. So I'm going to go for her and talk to that wellness chiropractor and see what he says.
And she spoke to him, and then he was like,
Yeah.
You went in and
And
stuff?
he was the one who said to her, well, if she's been sick for 20
Right.
years, then she's been sick for a long time.
And so you go to his office. I imagine she gets his contact info. You set something up like an appointment?
Yeah, I actually did 8 months. He did saliva testing, stool testing, all of that, food sensitivity testing and stuff, like the chiropractic stuff and some other different things. I can't remember exactly what they were, but yeah.
Oh, and then so then you identified the food sensitivities and everything. And when you, let me ask real quick, when you say chiropractor wellness,
Yeah.
what and so he went to chiropractor school,
Yeah.
got his doctorate,
Yeah.
and the wellness side is how he's able to, is that where he fine tunes his nutrition competencies and
Yeah, I
everything?
think, yeah, that's where I'm not sure exactly because it's been so long, but yeah, I think he went and got some certifications or diplomas or something in like wellness so he could do both sides of it.
How long after you started going to him did you start to feel better?
I would say a month or two.
A month or two.
Yeah.
Were you on any medicine?
No. Luckily, I'm not a medicine person. I actually did the medication there's 2 medications that are popular for fibromyalgia, and they're Lyrica or Cymbalta. And everyone's seen those commercials.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, everyone's seen the commercials. And so I did that for like 3 days. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. It made me so nauseous. And I was
That's the
like,
thing. It might treat the symptom, but then it'll give you other symptoms.
yeah, but then so many people have said to me, well, I don't feel any better on it. I'm like, and then you get in this vicious cycle of you just get put on so many different medications. And I'm like, I'm not going to start that at my age, and I'm not going to go that direction. So I think you really have to be like, oh, there's an other way than doing the medications.
So then you started following I guess they put you on a diet.
Yeah, it was actually a elimination diet. So what that actually means is it's just fruits and vegetables and meat. It's very, very like strict.
Paleo?
It's very, very, very strict. Yeah. Not exactly paleo because it's not. I can't have eggs, but
Oh yeah.
But so you do that for like a month, and then you add the foods back slowly, like every couple of days you'll add in whatever gluten, and then you see how your body reacts, and then you add maybe soy or dairy or
When,
all these different foods.
when you were adding stuff in and you were trying to read how your body was reacting, what did that
Yeah.
feel like? Were you able to feel, and what when you said you get sick, how do you experience that? What would
Um,
be like something that would happen?
fatigue,
Just want to
extreme.
bring up all the bad
Yeah.
memories, just
So,
let you live
yeah,
through it again.
yeah. I really have to think about. It's been so long. Fatigue is a big thing with people with fibromyalgia. Um, Headaches a lot of times and stuff. So a lot of people have like IBS. I didn't have that, but like sleep issues. So it
I saw that
just,
on your website. You like have like a big area dedicated to sleep.
yeah, sleep is a huge thing. And so, and then a lot of times people with dairy, you get congested, you have the sore throat, it's draining down your throat. So dairy is a big thing I would totally have people get rid of. I always start slow. So it's not something I would say, oh, jump right in.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And probably going slow, you're able to read things better.
Yeah, totally. And I tell people it's not just one thing that's wrong with you. Like, it's going to take time and you have to be patient. And I do all the research for you. So you just have to follow the plan.
That sounds like a good deal to
Yeah.
me. As long as I got to do no work, tell me
Yeah.
what to do.
Yeah.
Um,
And everybody's super busy and stuff in life. So if we could make life simpler as possible, then and have that person that like kicks us and tells us, okay, we need to do that, then
when did you realize you wanted to start helping people?
I was always into nutrition as a like in my 11, 12 years old and stuff.
You were into nutrition when you were 11 and 12 years old?
Yeah.
What is
And
that like?
I don't know. I think because I was so sick and stuff, so I knew food played a big part.
Okay.
And I actually did personal training right out of high school, but I didn't do anything with it because right after that, I was stuck on the couch. I was so fatigued and everything. And I was in so much pain that I was like, oh, I can't do this. I have to focus on my health for a little while. And then eventually I got the diagnosis with fibromyalgia, and I just decided I wanted to go into the nutrition aspect.
So what's the protocol if somebody comes up to you now and they're like, hey, I feel like I'm fatigued, I got pains
Yeah.
in my joints,
Yeah.
um, are you looking to see if they have already had a diagnosis or anything first?
No, you don't have to have a diagnosis because a lot of times the diagnosis with fibromyalgia is not the greatest. It's like the doctor will just touch all the different trigger points, and if you have 13 to 18, they'll say, oh, you have fibromyalgia. Or they'll say, well, if you've had fatigue, pain, and sleep for like 3 months or more, then you will probably be diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And the sad thing is, a lot of times if they can't figure out what is going on with your health, they will probably diagnose you with fibromyalgia.
Yeah, we got some background interference with the pooch.
The dog. I can let her out.
I think she has fibromyalgia.
Well, I don't know why she's barking.
She doesn't like men with beards.
I don't know.
So, see, my dog's sitting here, but he's being a good dog. He's just being quiet.
She was being quiet. I thought she was good.
That's funny.
Oh, Hopi.
What's her name?
Hope.
Her name's Hope.
Yeah.
That's my mom's name.
That's funny.
I have to send this to her once this is published. So I saw it on your website too.
Yeah.
I don't know where I saw it, but you mentioned specifically helping women deal with the symptoms.
Uh, yeah, so men can work with me, but for whatever reason, it's like women get diagnosed with this more than men.
I think I saw that too.
Yeah,
Like women are like
just
75% of the
yeah,
cases.
yeah, yeah, 75%. Yeah.
Is there any rhyme or reason to that, or is it just
No,
circumstance?
I think it's just circumstances.
When you said they check points they check 13 of 18 points in like your body.
Yeah.
What do they do?
I just like
Touch
touch,
it?
yeah, like touch your neck, your back, all
And
down your body, your legs.
if you
And
have pain, they say you have it.
yeah, if it's tender or you winch and stuff, that's how I was diagnosed. And they haven't really come up with like a good way to diagnose you.
Yeah, that seems like it could be.
Yeah,
I don't know if I trust that.
I know. I don't either, but I totally tell people yeah, you gotta focus on the symptoms and not really the diagnosis and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
Yeah,
kind of
'cause I think a lot of times I think we get stuck with on the diagnosis of whatever the health condition is,
you
and we
kind
don't
of could box yourself in if you do that too.
yeah, you sort of you're so focused on that that you can't see anything else. And so we got to get to a point where we're like, okay, I've been diagnosed with whatever it is. Let's okay, that's good. I'm going to move on from that and let's look and see what symptoms I have and see what I could do to get better.
And so if you're going to help somebody, and I want to shift gears a little bit
Yeah,
to what you're doing now with your wellness coaching. You're a holistic nutritionist,
yeah,
right? I'm getting that right.
yeah.
Um, so do you have people come off and this is, I guess, what you're saying about the diagnosis and rather treating the symptoms makes sense too, because the diagnosis is it seems like there could be a lot of gray area there.
Yeah, and I want to look, what I do is I look at your whole like your body systems, see what is not working, the immune system, the digestive system, and it all relates back to your health concerns. And so I want to work with you like lifestyle changes, supplement changes, food changes, and not like as fast or slow as you want.
Okay. What role would exercise have in this? Just out of curiosity.
So people with fibromyalgia, most of the time they can't really do exercise, and I don't really recommend they do that in the beginning because it's draining, and they can't even get off the couch and stuff. And so we got to get them moving a little bit, but we got to build up their systems and get them on the right supplements and get them on the right stuff. It would be months later before I would say, oh, maybe you should try doing like a daily walk or something. I don't want to.
Months before walking.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't. People with fibromyalgia, the problem is they're not sleeping. They're
Right.
So if you're not sleeping, your energy is super low, and then you're not getting that deep, restful sleep, that REM
REM
sleep.
sleep.
Yeah, so then you feel like a truck has hit you, and a lot of times you're in so much pain. So I want to fix the pain first, and I don't want you to overdo it, if that makes sense, and
Hmm.
then feel like you can't do any of the other recommendations I recommend. So it all depends on where the person is. And a lot of times people are on so many medications and that has side effects and everything. So
Yeah, that can make you lethargic.
yeah, that can make you lethargic. And so we just have to see where you are before doing anything. And that's why I do like a 90-minute health history to really get down to the gritty and know exactly what's going on.
And they tell you the type of questions you're asking is if they wake, if like I guess, do they an example of poor sleep while having fibromyalgia? Would that be just rolling around all night and everything?
You're restless, you're not falling asleep, you're not staying asleep, you're waking up and you're not getting that deep restful sleep, so you feel like a truck's hit you, and so you're doing all these different things, and so it just depends.
How do you rectify that?
I actually have found like a supplement, and I talk about this in my free guide on my website about how to get that deep restful sleep.
And what's that website?
It's Amanda Elise Love.com.
Amanda Elise, I have it up over here. Amanda Elise Love.
Yeah, www. Amanda Elise Love.
And the free ebook, The Sleep Fix.
Yeah.
How you doing?
It's right on the homepage. You can't miss it.
Yeah, I think I might be able to benefit from this even if I don't have fibromyalgia. Can
Yeah.
I benefit from this if I don't have it? Because
Yeah.
everybody could use a better night's sleep. And I woke up today like a truck hit me, and I was like, damn, I did not sleep well. And I don't know what it was. I think
Yeah.
I was sleeping. I just didn't sleep well. Like I never got to that REM sleep.
Yeah. I think so many people struggle with sleep. I think we just have so much going on in our lives,
Get
especially
the
right now.
phone. I hate to. I'm on the phone right before I fall asleep, and I just feel like that doesn't
Yeah,
help either.
but probably not.
Yeah, probably. Well, what? Do you mind saying the supplement that you talked about?
Yeah, it's actually called 5-HTP, but
I feel like I heard of that somewhere.
yes, it helps raise your serotonin levels. But
Yeah, that's in New Mood and On It.
yeah,
Yeah, Joe
yeah,
Rogan talks
but
about
yet
that.
for whatever they don't sell serotonin by itself. It's only in 5-HTP. Yeah.
Okay, and then that's supposed to it raises your cell serotonin levels, which is supposed to put you in a more relaxed state,
Yeah,
which theoretically at the end of the day that should help you.
yeah, and it's not gonna make you super. And it's good to take like 20 minutes before bedtime.
5-HTP. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that before too. So that should be that should be an interesting stuff. I'm gonna go on Amazon and order it now. So yeah, so what are you trying to get out of the work you're doing now, and like what's your vision for helping people and fixing the fibromyalgia problems?
So for me, it's trying to get as many people on board with the fact that you don't have to be stuck where you are with fibromyalgia, and that there's a better way, and you could do it naturally and not through the medications and stuff.
And how are you? Like, I don't know if is it curable?
I can't really say that because that's not in my scope of practice. I could say, oh, you're gonna get better and stuff, but
It's a
for me,
spectrum.
yeah, it's a spectrum, and you have to. I mean, if you could say, oh, I'm whatever 60, 80, 90%, and I'm able to live a life, because I wasn't able to live a life. I was stuck on the couch. I was in so much pain for at least a year. And a lot of times people are dealing with this for 10, 20, 30. They don't get diagnosed till their 50s, 60s for whatever reason.
Right.
And
Right.
so,
That's very.
yeah, so it's very sad. And luckily for me, I didn't have any like other health things going on besides the immune system was not working right and stuff. But
How are you now?
I'm pretty good. I still have some immune issues that I'm dealing with and stuff, but I'm able to live a life and not just exist And that's the big thing for me. I don't want people just to be existing with their lives. I want to be them to be able to enjoy their family, friends, and do whatever they want to do. If they want to go back to work, or if they want to just have a life again. And that's my main thing, is to get them to have that life again.
Seems fair enough. But it seems like you have to have a certain level of discipline in
Oh
order
yeah.
to follow all these things, because
Well, that's why you have me.
and that's why we have you. That's why we have you.
Yeah.
And are you on any social media? If people want to, if
Yeah.
people, or maybe even if somebody's just like feeling
Yeah.
lethargic, they're going through something, whatever.
Yeah, they can always just reach out. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. It's Amanda Elise Love. And there's a contact page on my website and stuff. And they can always check out my podcast.
What's your podcast?
It's called Fibromyalgia Real Solutions with Amanda Love. And I actually have, it's been 15 months, 16 months. I don't know. It's been a while.
That you've had it?
Yeah.
Wow,
And
that's great.
so it just covers a lot of different topics that have to do with fibromyalgia. And I
Okay.
keep it short and sweet.
What was that?
I keep it short and sweet, so most of the episodes are under 10 minutes. So.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, people appreciate that. I told you a little bit beforehand, I'm trying to discipline myself to get these down more. Okay, is there anything that we didn't touch upon that you think would be relevant to people knowing, or that you just want to get out?
My big thing is I'm all about saying not one thing is going to fix you. And so you got to realize your body, it probably took a long time for your body to totally collapse and you actually getting diagnosed with the fibromyalgia. So it's actually going to take some time, but you're going to get back to living a life again. So just reach out.
Reach out, stay disciplined.
Yeah.
There's always resources.
Yeah, there's resources. You just have to be committed to getting better and making the time to get better, because I think a lot of times we put our health on the back burner.
Absolutely. All right. So Instagram, Facebook, Amanda Elise Love, AmandaEliseLove.com. You get the free ebook, The Sleep Fix. How you doing? I'm going to be downloading that right after this. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I think people will definitely get something out of it.
Thank you for having me.